1. Marilyn Monroe. Profession, actress. Nationality, American. Born, June 1, 1926. Died, August 4, 1962, aged 36. Birthplace, Los Angeles, California, USA. Cause of death, suicide by drug overdose. Monroe was an American actress, model and singer who became a major sex symbol of her age. Often playing an archetypal, dumb blonde, she starred in a number of commercially successful motion pictures during the 1950s and early 1960s. She became further famous for singing Happy Birthday, Mr. President to John F. Kennedy and for modeling in the first issue of Playboy magazine. 2. Elvis Presley. Profession, singer and cultural icon. Nationality, American. Born, January 8, 1935. Died, August 16, 1977, aged 42. Birthplace, Tupelo, Mississippi, USA. Cause of death, heart attack caused by a suspected but disputed overdose of prescription drugs. One of the most significant cultural icons of the 20th century, Elvis helped establish the emerging rock and roll sound, incorporating blues and gospel influences. He was also a leader in popularizing both the rockabilly sound and the four-man band lineup which would later dominate the music industry. His first single, Heartbreak Hotel, 1956, began a string of number ones that radically reshaped American music and put Presley at the forefront of rock and roll. In 1958 he was drafted into the army and served in West Germany. Following this he began a much-derided acting career and did not perform live for 7 years. In 1968 he returned to the stage with the acclaimed Elvis Special, and then took up an extended Las Vegas residency which became iconic in its own right. A series of successful concert tours followed, as did the 1973 live concert special Aloha from Hawaii, which was a technological first. On August 16, 1977, Presley died of a heart attack at his Graceland estate in Memphis, often considered to be the result of an accidental prescription drug overdose. Presley is one of the best-selling artists in music history, with sales of over 600 million units. 3. Michael Jackson. Profession, King of Pop. Nationality, American. Born, August 29, 1958. Died, June 25, 2009, aged 50. Birthplace, Gary, Indiana, USA. Cause of death, cardiac arrest induced by an overdose of prescription drug propofol. One of the most successful and popular entertainers in music history, Jackson began his musical career as a child, performing with his brothers in Jackson 5 before going solo in 1971. The Jackson 5 had numerous hits, including ABC and I'll Be There. After releasing the commercially successful album Off the Wall in 1979, he released Thriller in 1982, which became the best-selling album of all time with over 65 million copies sold and contained such hits as Billie Jean, Beat It, and the title track. Jackson, who became famous for his choreography and groundbreaking music videos, dominated pop music in the 1980s. Successful albums Bad, 1987 and Dangerous, 1991 followed. The winner of 13 Grammy Awards, Jackson sold more than 350 million records and was one of the most influential entertainers in history. Jackson's eccentric personal life dominated the latter half of his career, including his financial troubles, changing appearance, and general behavior. In the 1990s and 2000s he was accused of child sexual abuse, charges which he denied and was acquitted of in 2 highly publicized trials. In 2009 he announced a series of comeback concerts, entitled This Is It. Before those concerts could be undertaken he died aged 50 of a cardiac arrest, brought on by an accidental overdose of propofol administered by his personal physician. His death led to a global outpouring of grief and his memorial service was widely watched around the world. 4. Jimi Hendrix. Profession, rock guitarist. Nationality, American. Born, November 27, 1942. Died, September 18, 1970, aged 27. Birthplace, Seattle, Washington, USA. Cause of death, drug overdose. James Marshall Jimi Hendrix was an American guitarist, songwriter, and singer. Although his mainstream career spanned only 4 years, he is widely regarded as the greatest and one of the most influential electric guitarists in the history of popular music, and one of the most celebrated musicians of the 20th century. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame describes him as arguably the greatest instrumentalist in the history of rock music. His performance at the Monterey Pop Festival established him in the U.S. and he is especially known for playing at Woodstock where he played the Star-Spangled Banner. Rolling Stone ranked the band's 3 studio albums, Are You Experienced 1967, Axis, Bold as Love 1967, and Electric Ladyland 1968, among the 500 greatest albums of all time, and they ranked Hendrix as the greatest guitarist and the 6th greatest artist of all time. Hendrix was named the greatest guitarist of all time by Rolling Stone in 2023. 5. Judy Garland. Profession, actress and singer. Nationality, American. Born, June 10, 1922. Died, June 22, 1969, aged 47. Birthplace, Grand Rapids, Minnesota, USA. Cause of death, Her coroner determined the cause as an unintentional, incautious overdose of prescription barbiturates. Described by Fred Astaire as the greatest entertainer who ever lived and renowned for her contralto voice, she will always be synonymous with the Wizard of Oz. Born into a family of vaudeville entertainers, Frances, known as Baby, joined her family's act as part of the Gum Sisters. A name change and movie contract made her a reliable box office draw as a teenager. In musicals co-starring Mickey Rooney made her famous. Her biggest role was as Dorothy in the MGM musical adaptation of The Wizard of Oz in 1939. She continued in film as an adult, excelling in musical, comedic, and dramatic roles, while also becoming a concert attraction. With the advent of television, she found a new field to conquer, as host of her own variety show and storied guest on late-night talk shows. Over her career, she won an Academy Award, 2 Grammy Awards and Lifetime Achievement plaudits from the Oscar, Grammy, and Tony organizations. 2 of 3 children, daughters Liza Minnelli and Lorna Luft, followed her footsteps into the footlights. Recurrent substance abuse and relationship traumas led to financial distress and her premature death of long-term habitual barbiturate use. 6. Jim Morrison. Profession, poet and rocker. Nationality, American. Born, December 8, 1943. Died, July 3, 1971, aged 27. Birthplace, Melbourne, Florida, USA. Cause of death, heart failure allegedly caused by an accidental heroin overdose. Poet and singer-songwriter best known as the lead singer of the Los Angeles rock band, The Doors. Morrison grew up a military brat, spending a nomadic childhood living wherever his U.S. Navy officer father was stationed. He developed a fondness for literature, poetry, and philosophy while attending high schools in Southern California and Virginia. He attended college in Florida, and graduated with a degree in film from UCLA in California. After college, in 1965, he co-founded The Doors, named after Aldous Huxley's The Doors of Perception, becoming lead singer and primary lyricist. By 1967, The Doors had found success in the music world with their breakthrough song, Light My Fire. Morrison's behavior, fueled by substance abuse, became erratic and created legal and scheduling problems for the group. After recording their 6th album, L.A. Woman, in 1971, Morrison went to Paris for the summer. He drowned in a bathtub in his apartment there at the age of 27, exact cause of death undetermined, thought to be either heart failure or drug overdose. 7. Amy Winehouse. Profession, singer. Nationality, British. Born, September 14, 1983. Died, July 23, 2011, aged 27. Birthplace, Southgate, London, England. Cause of death, drug overdose. Amy Winehouse was an English singer and songwriter, known for her distinctive vocal style and eclectic mix of genres. She had a major hit with the 2006 song, Rehab. Her first and second albums, Frank, 2003, and Back to Black, 2006, were critical and commercial successes. In 2008, Winehouse won 5 Grammy Awards including Best New Artist, Record of the Year, Song of the Year and Best Pop Vocal Album. She was known for her substance abuse issues, and in 2011 died of an alcohol overdose at the age of 27. 8. Prince Rogers Nelson. Profession, singer. Nationality, American. Born, June 7, 1958. Died, April 21, 2016, aged 57. Birthplace, Minneapolis, Minnesota, USA. Cause of death, drug overdose. Prince Rogers Nelson was an American singer, multi-instrumentalist, songwriter, record producer and actor. The recipient of numerous awards and nominations, he is widely regarded as one of the greatest musicians of his generation. He was known for his flamboyant, androgynous persona, his wide vocal range, which included a far-reaching falsetto and high-pitched screams, and his skill as a multi-instrumentalist, often preferring to play all or most of the instruments on his recordings. His music incorporated a wide variety of styles, including funk, R&B, rock, new wave, soul, synth-pop, pop, jazz, blues, and hip-hop. Prince produced his albums himself, pioneering the Minneapolis sound. In the midst of a contractual dispute with Warner Brothers in 1993, he changed his stage name to the unpronounceable symbol logo. Hollow circle above downward arrow crossed with a curlicute horn-shaped symbol and then a short bar, known to fans as the love symbol, and was often referred to as the artist formerly known as Prince, or TAFCAP, or simply the artist. At the age of 57, Prince died after accidentally overdosing on fentanyl at his Paisley Park home and recording studio in Chanhassen, Minnesota. He was a prolific musician who released 39 albums during his life, with a vast array of unreleased material left in a custom-built bank vault underneath his home after his death, including fully completed albums and over 50 finished music videos. Numerous posthumous collections of his previously unheard work have been issued by his estate. Prince sold at least 100 million records worldwide during his lifetime, ranking him among the best-selling music artists of all time. His awards include the Grammy President's Merit Award, the American Music Awards for Achievement and of Merit, the Billboard Icon Award, an Academy Award, and a Golden Globe Award. He was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2004, the UK Music Hall of Fame in 2006, and the Rhythm and Blues Music Hall of Fame in 2016, and was inducted twice into the Black Music and Entertainment Walk of Fame in 2022. Estimates of the complete number of songs written by Prince range anywhere from 500 to well over 1,000. Some of these songs were made popular after being covered by other musicians, including Nothing Compares to You by Sinead O'Connor and Manic Monday by the Bangles. 9. Janis Joplin. Profession, singer-songwriter. Nationality, American-born, January 19, 1943. Died, October 4, 1970, aged 27. Birthplace, Port Arthur, Texas, USA. Cause of death, drug overdose. Janis Lyn Joplin was an American singer and songwriter. One of the most iconic and successful rock performers of her era, she was noted for her powerful mezzo-soprano vocals, as well as her electric stage presence. 5 singles by Joplin reached the U.S. Billboard Hot 100, including a cover of the Chris Christopherson song Me and Bobby McGee, which posthumously reached #1 in March 1971. Joplin died of a heroin overdose in 1970, at the age of 27, after releasing 3 albums, 2 with Big Brother and the Holding Company and 1 solo album. A second solo album, Pearl, was released in January 1971, 3 months after her death. It reached #1 on the Billboard 200. She was posthumously inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1995. Rolling Stone ranked Joplin number 46 on its 2004 list of the 100 greatest artists of all time and number 28 on its 2008 list of the 100 greatest singers of all time. 10. Juice WRLD. Profession, rapper and singer-songwriter. Nationality, American. Born, December 2, 1998. Died, December 8, 2019, aged 21. Birthplace, Chicago, Illinois, USA. Cause of death, a seizure at Chicago Airport caused by toxic levels of oxycodone and codeine. Jared Anthony Higgins, known professionally as Juice WRLD, pronounced Juice WRLD, stylized as Juice WRLD, was an American rapper and singer-songwriter. Throughout his career of 4 years, he was a leading figure in the emo rap and SoundCloud rap genres, which garnered mainstream attention during the mid to late 2010s. His stage name, which he stated represents "taking over the world," was derived from the crime thriller film Juice 1992. He gained recognition with the diamond-certified single Lucid Dreams, which peaked at #2 on the U.S. Billboard Hot 100. It was included on his triple platinum debut album Goodbye and Good Riddance 2018, alongside the singles All Girls Are the Same, Lean With Me, Wasted, and Armed and Dangerous, all of which charted on the Hot 100. 11. River Phoenix. Profession, actor. Nationality, American. Born, August 23, 1970. Died, October 31, 1993, aged 23. Birthplace, Madras, Oregon, USA. Cause of death, drug overdose. River Phoenix was acclaimed as one of the most influential actors of his generation before he died of a drug overdose on a West Hollywood sidewalk at the age of 23. Born in Oregon, he spent much of his early childhood traveling with his family in South America. After becoming disillusioned with the Children of God cult, the Phoenix family fled Venezuela by stowing away in a cruise ship. Once back in America, River and his siblings all secured careers as child actors. River's significant roles included Chris Chambers in the 1986 film Stand By Me, Mike Waters in My Own Private Idaho, 1991, which won him the Volpe Cup for Best Actor at the Venice Film Festival. Other notable roles included young Indy in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, and Danny Pope in Running on Empty, for which he was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Actor. River was also a dedicated and outspoken animal rights activist and environmentalist. These concerns fostered a good boy, public image that made his death and its cause a massive shock to his fans. He is survived by his talented siblings Joaquin, River, Liberty and Summer, all successful actors and musicians. 12. Sid Vicious. Profession, musician. Nationality, England. Born, May 10, 1957. Died, February 2, 1979, aged 21. Birthplace, London, England. Cause of death, heroin overdose. John Simon Ritchie, better known by his stage name Sid Vicious, was an English musician, best known as the bassist for the punk rock band Sex Pistols. Despite dying in 1979 at age 21, he remains an icon of the punk subculture. One of his friends noted that he embodied everything in punk that was dark, decadent, and nihilistic. 13. Philip Seymour Hoffman. Profession, actor. Nationality, American. Born, July 23, 1967. Died, February 2, 2014, aged 46. Birthplace, Fairport, New York, USA. Cause of death, suspected drug overdose. Philip Seymour Hoffman was an American actor. Known for his distinctive supporting and character roles, eccentrics, underdogs, and misfits, he acted in many films and theatrical productions, including leading roles, from the early 1990s until his death in 2014. He was voted one of the 50 greatest actors of all time in a 2022 readers' poll by Empire magazine. Hoffman studied acting at New York University's Tisch School of the Arts. He gained recognition for his supporting work, notably in Scent of a Woman 1992, Boogie Nights 1997, Happiness, 1998, The Big Lebowski 1998, Magnolia 1999, The Talented Mr. Ripley 1999, and Almost Famous 2000. He began to occasionally play leading roles, and for his portrayal of the author Truman Capote in Capote 2005, won the Academy Award for Best Actor. Further Oscar nominations came for playing a brutally frank CIA officer in Charlie Wilson's War 2007, a priest accused of child sexual abuse in Doubt 2008, and the charismatic leader of a Scientology-type movement in The Master 2012. 14. Heath Ledger. Profession, actor. Nationality, Australian. Born, April 4, 1979. Died, January 22, 2008, aged 28. Birthplace, Perth, Western Australia, Australia. Cause of death, drug overdose. Heath Andrew Ledger was an Australian actor. After playing roles in several Australian television and film productions during the 1990s, he moved to the United States in 1998 to further develop his film career. His work consisted of 20 films in a variety of genres, including 10 Things I Hate About You, 1999, The Patriot, 2000, A Knight's Tale, 2001, and The Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus, 2009, the latter two of which were posthumously released. He also produced and directed music videos and aspired to be a film director. Ledger died in January 2008 from an accidental overdose as a result of prescription drug abuse. A few months before his death, he finished filming his role as the Joker in The Dark Knight. The performance brought him praise and popularity, and numerous posthumous awards, including the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor, the Golden Globe Award for Best Supporting Actor, and the BAFTA Award for Best Supporting Actor. 15. Anna Nicole Smith. Profession, model. Nationality, American-born, November 28, 1967. Died, February 8, 2007, aged 39. Birthplace, Houston, Texas, USA. Cause of death, prescription drug overdose. Vicki Lynn Marshall, known professionally as Anna Nicole Smith, was an American model, actress, and television personality. Smith started her career as a Playboy magazine centerfold in May 1992 and won the title of 1993 Playmate of the Year. She later modeled for fashion companies, including Guess, H&M, Lane Bryant, Conair, and Heatherette. Smith dropped out of high school in 1984, married in 1985, and divorced in 1993. In 1994, her highly publicized second marriage to 89-year-old billionaire J. Howard Marshall resulted in speculation that she married him for his money, which she denied. Following Marshall's death in 1995, Smith began a lengthy legal battle over a share of his estate. Her cases reached the Supreme Court of the United States, Marshall v. Marshall on a question of federal jurisdiction and Stern v. Marshall on a question of bankruptcy court authority. Smith died in February 2007 in Hollywood, Florida of a combined drug intoxication. 16. Gertrude Bell. Profession, archaeologist and writer. Nationality, British. Born, July 14, 1868. Died, July 12, 1926, aged 57. Birthplace, Washington Hall County, Durham, England. Cause of death, drug overdose of sleeping pills. Gertrude Bell was a British archaeologist and writer who played a significant role in British imperial policymaking in the Middle East, particularly in Iraq, during and after World War I. She is often remembered for her influential role in the establishment of the modern state of Iraq. Born into a wealthy family in England, Bell was one of the first women to graduate from Oxford University, where she specialized in history. Her affluent background and education provided her with opportunities to travel extensively. Bell's travels in the Middle East began in the early 20th century. She learned several languages, including Arabic and Persian, and developed a deep interest in the region's geography, culture, and politics. Her extensive travels and interactions with local leaders throughout the Middle East gave her significant understanding of the region. During World War I, Bell worked for British intelligence in the Arab Bureau in Cairo, alongside individuals like T.E. Lawrence of Arabia. She played a crucial role in British policymaking in the region, leveraging her unique knowledge and relationships with Arab leaders. After the war, Bell was heavily involved in the political reconfiguration of the Middle East. She was a key figure in the discussions that led to the establishment of the modern state of Iraq. Bell advocated for and helped facilitate the installation of Faisal I as the first king of Iraq, believing that a strong, centralized monarchy would bring stability to the region. Bell was also an accomplished archaeologist and writer. She documented her travels in several books and played a significant part in the establishment of the Iraq Museum in Baghdad. She has been described as one of the few representatives of His Majesty's government remembered by the Arabs with anything resembling affection. 17. Tony Hancock. Profession, comedian. Nationality, British. Born, May 12, 1924. Died, June 25, 1968, aged 44. Birthplace, Hall Green, Birmingham, Warwickshire, England. Cause of death, suicide by drug overdose. Anthony John Hancock was an English comedian and actor. High profile during the 1950s and early 1960s, he had a major success with his BBC series Hancock's Half Hour, first broadcast on radio from 1954, then on television from 1956, in which he soon formed a strong professional and personal bond with comic actor Sid James. Although Hancock's decision to cease working with James, when it became known in early 1960, disappointed many at the time, his last BBC series in 1961 contained some of his best remembered work, including The Blood Donor and The Radio Ham. After breaking with his scriptwriters Ray Galton and Alan Simpson later that year, his career declined. 18. Brian Epstein. Profession, music entrepreneur and Beatles manager. Nationality, British. Born, September 19, 1934. Died, August 27, 1967, aged 32. Birthplace, Liverpool, England, United Kingdom. Cause of death, accidental drug overdose. Brian Samuel Epstein was an English music entrepreneur who managed the Beatles from 1961 until his death in 1967. After being discharged from the army, in part due to his homosexuality, and then pursuing training as an actor, Brian Epstein joined his family's retail business, running their North End music store, known as NEMS. He expanded the inventory from pianos and radios to include records, while also writing a column in Mersey Beat, a local music magazine. After a customer request for an early recording that the Beatles made backing Tony Sheridan in Germany, Epstein went to see the group perform. He immediately saw their potential and, with no experience in the business, became their manager. He polished their image and secured a proper record contract. The success he had with the Beatles enabled him to expand his roster of clients to include other Liverpudlian acts, Jerry and the Pacemakers, Cilla Black, and Billy J. Kramer and the Dakotas. As the Beatles ceased touring, Epstein's role with the band diminished. In 1967, he died of a combined alcohol and barbiturate overdose, ruled as accidental, at the age of 32. 19. Keith Moon. Profession, rock drummer. Nationality, England. Born, August 23, 1946. Died, September 7, 1978, aged 32. Birthplace, London, England, United Kingdom. Cause of death, drug overdose. Keith John Moon was an English musician who was the drummer for the rock band The Who. Regarded as one of the greatest drummers in the history of rock music, he was noted for his unique style of playing and his eccentric, often self-destructive behavior. He suffered from alcoholism and acquired a reputation for decadence and dark humor. His nickname was Moon the Loon. While touring with The Who, on several occasions he passed out on stage and was hospitalized. By the time of their final tour with him in 1976, and particularly during production of The Kids Are Alright and Who Are You, the drummer's deterioration was evident. Moon moved back to London from Los Angeles in 1978, dying that September from an overdose of clomethazole, a drug intended to treat or prevent symptoms of alcohol withdrawal. He was posthumously inducted into the Modern Drummer Hall of Fame in 1982, becoming the second rock drummer to be chosen, and in 2011 he was voted the second greatest drummer in history by a Rolling Stone readers' poll. Moon was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1990 as a member of The Who. 20. Chris Farley. Profession, actor and comedian. Nationality, American. Born, February 15, 1964. Died, December 18, 1997, aged 33. Birthplace, Madison, Wisconsin, USA. Cause of death, drug overdose of opiates and cocaine. Christopher Crosby Farley was an American comedian and actor. He was known for his loud, energetic comedic style and was a member of Chicago's Second City Theater and later a cast member of the NBC sketch comedy show Saturday Night Live for 5 seasons from 1990 to 1995. He went on to pursue a film career, appearing in films such as Airheads, Tommy Boy, Black Sheep, Beverly Hills Ninja, and Almost Heroes. From his early acting days and through the height of his fame, Farley struggled with obesity, alcoholism, and substance abuse. He died of a drug overdose at the age of 33. 21. Corey Monteith. Profession, actor and musician. Nationality, Canadian. Born, May 11, 1982. Died, July 13, 2013, aged 31. Birthplace, Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Cause of death, drug overdose from both heroin and alcohol. Corey Monteith was a Canadian actor and musician best known for his role as Finn Hudson on the hit TV series Glee, 2009 to 2015, for which he won a Screen Actors Guild Award and a Teen Choice Award. Monteith had a troubled youth in Victoria, battling drug and alcohol addiction from the age of 13. He dropped out of school at 16, but after an intervention at 19, he entered rehab and eventually earned his high school diploma in 2011. Monteith's first major acting role was a recurring part on Kyle XY, 2006. In 2009, he landed his breakthrough role as Finn Hudson on Glee, which became a major hit. He began dating his co-star Lea Michele in 2012, who played his character's love interest, Rachel Berry. In March 2013, Monteith admitted himself to rehab for substance addiction. Tragically, in July of that year he died at the age of 31 in a Vancouver hotel room from a mixture of heroin and alcohol. Glee aired a tribute episode titled The Quarterback, dealing with Finn's death. Throughout his career, Monteith was involved with various charitable organizations, including the arts education charity Project Limelight and LGBT rights groups like the Trevor Project. His film credits included Monte Carlo, 2011, Sisters and Brothers, 2011, and the posthumously released All the Wrong Reasons, 2013. 22. John Belushi. Profession, actor, comedian, and singer. Nationality, American. Born, January 24, 1949. Died, March 5, 1982, aged 33. Birthplace, Chicago, Illinois, USA. Cause of death, drug overdose. John Adam Belushi was an American comedian, actor, and musician. He was one of the 7 original cast members of the NBC sketch comedy show Saturday Night Live, SNL. Belushi started his own comedy troupe with Tino Insana and Steve Buscemi, called the West Compass Trio. After being discovered by Bernard Solins, he performed with the Second City and met Dan Aykroyd, Brian Doyle Murray, and Harold Ramis. Belushi developed a series of characters on the show that reached great success, including his performances as Henry Kissinger and Ludwig van Beethoven. Belushi appeared in the films National Lampoon's Animal House, 1941, The Blues Brothers, and Neighbors. Belushi struggled with heavy drug abuse that threatened his comedy career. More than once, he was dismissed from SNL due to his behavior, and then rehired. In 1982, he died from combined drug intoxication at the age of 33, after a drug dealer, Kathy Smith, injected him with a mixture of heroin and cocaine, known as a speedball, at the Chateau Marmont. He was posthumously honored with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in 2004. 23. Pete Farndon. Profession, musician. Nationality, England. Born, June 12, 1952. Died, April 14, 1983, aged 30. Birthplace, Hereford, England. Cause of death, drug overdose. Peter Granville Farndon was an English bassist and founding member of the rock band The Pretenders. In addition to playing bass with the group, Farndon sang backup vocals and co-wrote 2 of the group's songs, The Wait and Space Invader, before a drug problem resulted in his dismissal from the group in 1982 and his death a year later. The band formed in 1978 and released their first single in 1979. They had their first UK number 1 in 1980 with Brass in Pocket from their acclaimed self-titled debut album. Farndon was fired from the band over his drug use in 1982 and died in 1983, drowning in his bath after taking heroin. 24. Scott Weiland. Profession, rocker and singer-songwriter. Nationality, American. Born, October 27, 1967. Died, December 3, 2015, aged 48. Birthplace, San Jose, California, USA. Cause of death, accidental drug overdose of cocaine, alcohol and methylene dioxyamphetamine, MDA. Scott Richard Weiland was an American singer and songwriter. He was best known as the lead vocalist of the rock band Stone Temple Pilots from 1989 to 2003 and again from 2008 to 2013, recording 6 albums with them, and as the lead vocalist of the rock supergroup Velvet Revolver from 2003 to 2008. He also released 1 album with rock supergroup Art of Anarchy in 2015, as well as 4 solo studio albums and several collaborations with other musicians throughout his career. He also became known for his use of a megaphone for a unique vocal effect during concert. He sold over 50 million albums with his various projects and collaborations. Weiland's career was plagued by substance abuse issues, leading to various high-profile arrests and his eventual firings from Velvet Revolver and Stone Temple Pilots. On December 3, 2015, at the age of 48, he was found dead of an accidental drug overdose on his tour bus in Bloomington, Minnesota. 25. Paula Yates. Profession, TV personality. Nationality, England. Born, April 24, 1960. Died, September 17, 2000, aged 40. Birthplace, London, England, United Kingdom. Cause of death, drug overdose. Paula Elizabeth Yates was a British television presenter and writer. Yates is best known for her work on 2 television programs, The Tube and The Big Breakfast. She was subjected to intense media attention and scrutiny, owing to her popularity and her relationships with musicians Bob Geldof and Michael Hutchence. She died of a heroin overdose in 2000.